Because yeah, that first time at Cancun, we ended up going to one of those resort things, and turns out it was all for a stupid timeshare, and it ate up maybe like 3-4 hours of our day. So I would say definitely researching where you're going and what you should expect. Welcome back to Fuego, bros. Today we'll be discussing travel finance, kind of what we do to budget for travel and make sure that we're enjoying life as it goes.
Let's go. All right, so let's get into how we budget for travel. So how do you do it, Jesus?
So for my situation, I'm married, so it's me and the wife. No kids yet. So we really only have to budget for ourselves. The next thing is we decide whether we want to do 2 or 3 vacations a year, and we'll budget around that because we can either do two like nice vacations, or if we do three, we can do two kind of low budget and one really I guess high end vacation. So that's kind of like the first thing that we decide. What about you?
Yeah, so we don't really budget. We just automatically transfer money into account earmarked for savings. And we do it for everything. So like things that we know we're gonna have to spend money on. So like we know we're gonna want to do some traveling, so we have an account just for that. We know property taxes are going to be due, so we have a savings account for that. So I like to break it up like that and then just automatically transfer money each paycheck into those things. And so then we have like just an account um, just for travel to kind of give us a little bucket of money, to spend from anytime we plan a trip.
And this money is in a high yield saving account or just in a regular account?
Of course, son, we're Fuego bros. So of course that money is going to be in a high yield savings account.
Gotcha. Now that's pretty similar to what we do. So when we budget, we're putting money aside in a high yield saving account, give us a little bonus every single month, pretty much. And it kind of helps the budget go up a little bit. Maybe do a little extra activity or something like that. The other thing we also do is we rack up points on our credit cards or travel rewards and stuff like that. So that also kind of gives us an extra little bonus on the budget, to, maybe have a nice dinner or do an extra activity or something like that. Maybe sometimes even stay an extra day. Um, so yeah, so we use that. Are you using those credit card rewards as well, or how do y'all do it?
Yeah, so actually, it's funny you mentioned that because we did a trip to Aruba this year, and then we took the family to Cancun and up and down the Riviera Maya, and we paid for that trip. So those are two really expensive trips, and that drained our budget. So we had one vacation left this last month, and we figured we'll just like maybe do a short road trip or even just stay at home. But then I forgot I had travel rewards points that were building up, and we used those points to pay for the flights to go to Cancun again. So good call out there, like, because we weren't planning we didn't think we had the budget for it. And then I was checking the points redemptions, and I was like, I can pay for the flights with with these points right here. So we ended up going again.
The other thing I do that we started doing more frequently now, um, is kind of researching destinations. Like for example, the first time we went to Cancun, the moment you're exiting the airport, you got all these people swarming you about like, hey, come check out our resort. Hey, timeshare this, and hey, this and that. You know what I'm saying? You're getting
Yeah.
swamped by people. Because yeah, that first time at Cancun, we did, you know, ended up going to one of those resort things, and turns out it was all for a stupid timeshare. I don't want that stuff, like, and it ate up maybe like 3-4 hours of our day. So
That's funny, and because I always assumed that that's what that was, but like I never gave them any t I'm like these guys are trying something. I don't
Yeah.
really trust it, so I always just say thank you, thank you, thank you, and just walk past. But I didn't know you actually stopped and and went with one of them.
Well, we got a discount on the Xcaret parks. So yeah, it was like 3, 4 hours, but we got maybe like half off on the parks. So
So
it was a little worth it, but
yeah,
I still wouldn't want to waste my. I would say the time was more valuable than the 50% off or whatever it was for the parks. You
so it
know,
wasn't like a scam or anything, but
no, I mean, I just wasn't gonna. I wasn't expecting the timeshare because
yeah,
presented it. They said it was gonna be just to show us the resort so that if we decide to come back to Cancun, we can have them in mind and stuff, kind of promoting themselves.
yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like, wait, here you go, stay for our timeshare. I mean, dude, I must have said no at least 10 times, and they kept lowering and lowering the price on the timeshare. I'm like, no, I don't want it. Like,
It's dangerous too, because I hear a lot of stories about people who get stuck in timeshares and they don't know how to get out. So, and these people are pros, they do this all day, every day, just pushing people to buy the timeshares.
the funny part is there's people that are actually signing up for timeshares, and it's kind of hard to tell if they're, paid
True.
or if it's like, or if somebody really just got.
Yeah. They're
Uh,
like, what a deal.
Everybody should do
Yeah.
it.
You seeing this? You seeing
Yeah,
this? Come on, guy.
but so I definitely researching, and so you can avoid all that.
Yeah, good point. Like I think one of the greatest resources we have is YouTube. So before we go to a place, we always just check out the travel vlogs, and see just to get ideas, get an idea of the place, but also get ideas on activities and what's available there. And that's actually a big reason why we started ours because uh like we've received so much help from them, and then we're filming all this stuff too, for our memories. So we're like, hey, why don't we start putting some stuff together to kind of give back, So check out Fuego Escapes,
Do it.
where Steph and I are posting our travel vlogs. And but yeah, I mean, YouTube is a great resource for learning anything, but especially like you can get a really good idea of a place before you go there.
The last thing that we do is try to give ourselves a day or two to recover after a vacation. Um, just because you don't want to get back and have to work in a couple hours or the next day right away. Um, I mean, it's just, I don't know. You're going to be drained. I mean, you're doing activities, even though it's relaxing and peaceful, it is a toll on the body, whether you're hiking, or going to cenotes or swimming all day, snorkeling and stuff like that. Um, I mean, you're tired. You're enjoying it, but you're tired.
Yeah.
I remember one time when we went to Florida and we were just there for literally like 4 or 5 days. And all days we did Disney and Universal Studios back to back to back to back. I mean, and you get back home and you have to work the next day and you're exhausted. I mean, the most tiring thing is just standing there waiting in line. You're sore after all that.
Yeah, that's a good tip. On our Aruba trip, actually, I had to close the night before the trip and then get up in like 4 hours for the flight. And, we stayed, I think it was a 7-day trip. And then at the end of the trip, we got back that evening. And then the following morning, I had to open. So, yeah, it wasn't fun. It was so great, great tip right there. I mean, the good thing is that it did maximize the amount of time that we had for the vacation. But, just knowing that that was coming up, kind of also put a little sour note on the trip because, you knew like just as soon as we get back, we'll have to go to sleep and then wake up the next morning and go back to the grind. So, all right, guys, it's time for the Fuego hack of the week. Jesus got it this time. What you got, Jesus?
Fuego hack of the week is to budget a little over your budget, just in case of any emergency happens, or maybe there's an extra activity that you want to do. You don't want to limit yourself because you don't know when you're going to be back on this vacation or this place that you're at. So you want to make sure you kind of scratch off everything out of your bucket list. You don't want to have that regret. So maybe budget a little bit extra, throw an extra little money in there just to make sure you get to do everything that you want to do and enjoy the best things in life.
I love it.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like and comment below your travel tips on how y'all do it. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
So how do you travel? How do you travel?
Either by car or plane.